there's good financial reason to consolidate those teams in the league.
Yeah, I don't dispute that, but on our hit list, to have a chat, I've got to tell you down the track, the man who pays the bills for the Adelaide 36ers, and that's Mel, because I wonder if he's picking up $1 or $2 with the crowds that are arriving here. I wonder. It's all about financially looking after yourselves.
Absolutely.
Well, we go. First tip-off, Perth versus Adelaide. Grandstand basketball, 891 ABC Adelaide, ABC South Australia, 720 ABC Perth and ABC Western Australia. As it's Red Hage for the Perth Wildcats. Off to Loughton. Loughton outside the three-point line. Good strong work there by Chicha, who takes control of the ball. On the move. Fast break from Winatana. He lost it. Good steal. Away goes Hinson for the Perth Wildcats. Over the top, ball pass. Good knock on to Holmes. Holmes has bought a house in Henley Beach. He's staying. That's good news. There's the bounce pass. Winatana for the 36ers. Playing without Marr. Playing without Bellinger, but playing with spirit. Have control of the ball. Ball passed out there by Tyndale. Tyndale, Bruce. Here's the Henchar underneath. Quick out of court. It's the Perth ball.
And it worries me when a coach is already on his feet in the first 30 seconds of the game and he's standing not more than a metre away from both coaches are doing it. But while at the offensive end, you've got to back off, you've got to relax and empower the players out there.
Here's the up and over. Lovely 2 points to roll in there from Sean Redhage. And the first bucket of the night goes to the Perth Wildcat superstar, who is going to play a key role in this game as the noise continues to pound here at the Dome. 36ers ball. Tyndale, where's the pass? Sit down, Scott Minister, I can see. There's Shenchar. Rips Shenchar up and hooks it in for two. The big boy, 2-5-2.
And it looks like Perth, surprisingly, is starting with a zone defence again. We'll have a look at it next time down, but I think they're not matching up man-to-man. Adelaide certainly is.
2 plays 2. Ball is with Loughton. Jump shot up and in. 2 points. Perth lead 4-2. 2 minutes gone, first period. Grandstand basketball, 891 ABC Adelaide, ABC South Australia, and a very, very good evening to all our listeners on 720 ABC Perth and ABC Western Australia. Click Weldon, if you're listening in and you're on your honeymoon, how boring is your honeymoon? Here's the fast break. There's the pass to Way. Way is up, flicks the ball back out. Good outlet pass. Shot is just shy of the mark. Looked as if it might have dropped there for the Perth side. It came off the hands of Knight, bounces out of court. 36ers ball.
And Loughton, unafraid. He's just a 25-year-old, and he's born and raised in Perth. Unafraid to take a jump shot straight over the top of Luke Shencher at 216 centimetres. And an offensive foul called on Luke Shencher as he set a screen from behind. And so it's a Perth Wildcats ball.
You're going to get a chance too tonight to have a talk to our listeners in South Australia and Western Australia about Luke Shencher. I had a chat with him during the week. Very likeable young fellow, yes. Wants to do well, and it's been all over the place. Hasn't been home for 10 years. So his parents and a cluster of gathering come from Hope Valley to see him play. He's a nice fella. You want to see him do well.
Yes.
Here's Loughton. Long way out, missed with a three-point attempt. Holmes grabs the rebound. Big pass all right for Bruce. 36ers without Marr and without Bellinger. Almost the attempted jump shot. Not there from Tyndale, who pulled it up and stopped. Here's Bruce. Shot clock to 10 seconds. Passes there in the corner. Winatana unloads, not quite. Holmes grabs the rebound. 4 plays 2, Perth lead. Ball flicked out wide. 3-point attempt, not quite good enough there from Bruce. Good grab Holmes, who kept it live. It's out of court. Perth ball, 9 to go in the first quarter. Perth lead 4 to Adelaide 2.
The Adelaide crowd should be on its feet applauding Jacob Holmes there. He just flew through the air on 2 occasions. We're talking maximal efforts to go the boards, offensive boards on 2 occasions.
What it is, you'd love that, Pat, with your work ethic. The second effort is just so important in any sport. And that's an easy over-the-top too. No pressure applied. And it's Ben Knight putting in his first bucket for the night. And Perth get out to lead by 6-2. Here's the pass for Adelaide. Winatana. Now Shencher. Sitting on 1 foul. Shencher has to work through heavy traffic. Double team. Kept on going. It's going to be as good as we'll see tonight. Back at it himself was good for 6 plays for Perth lead.
And you're right, he was backing in. He was down the low post, backing in. He had 3 players on him and he just forced his way through. We're talking Luke Schencher finishing off. He's showing more physical aptitude than he has all season so far.
Yeah, and the athleticism was spectacular. Scott Dennis hasn't sat down so far. Tyndale, almost coast to coast, has the ball, puts the shot up and not in. Rebounded, good gathered there by Red H. We'll call him a lot. Red H takes them all on. Crunch! Going for the offensive note. Scott Dennis thought it was. He turned around and walked back. Looked to be a charging foul, but we're a long way away from the action. A long way away. Remember, you have to be so stationary. How did you see it?
Well, he certainly was square on defensively, but I think he actually moved into Red Hodge as he took that shot and therefore caused the contact. The crowd clearly disagrees with me and the referee. Very difficult one. I think it would have been better just to let it go.
Red Hayes gets the 2. Of course, there's a big screen down here you can look at, which I don't know if it's a good idea or not. We don't agree with it.
Yes, and you get a repeat of the crowd response.
But at least the crowd can get involved as Red Hayes misses and it's tapped out of court, and it's a 36ers ball. And that's just one thing that I'll say, no matter where you go, no matter what sporting contest you go to, when you're at home, you have to expect, not just hope, but you have to expect crowd participation to give you everything, especially when there's a tinge of adversity.
Clearly, because Adelaide's going to Perth at some stage this year and they're going to cop it.
They will. Tyndale there for the 36ers to Schencher. 36ers Tyndale. Frames thought of the shot. Went wide. The ball is what? There's a foul in the 3 in the keyway. And the foul I think's been called against Ben Knight. I'll tell you what, it's fascinating calling these teams. Remember, I haven't seen them this year and you're thinking, who's he playing for? They are just so different. I'd love to get a copy of the teams that we called last year. I don't think there is one player on court that played for the 36ers last year. Up goes the shot. In goes the shot from James Holmes. Holmes gets the 2 points and it's 6 plays 8. Perth lead. Of course, Holmes played in Melbourne last year. There's no player on the court now. The 36ers had last year Winatana. Got a good steal. 2 points the difference. Winatana too easy all the way. Scotland's going to wear out a few pairs of shoes tonight.
Yes, he's not going to wear out his trousers, that's for sure, on the seat of his pants. He's up and he's fired up, and that was just a lazy defensive effort by Adelaide, just a blind defensive effort.
To the Red Hage, and Pat, talk to me about the defence as we get through the next play, because that's the area of concern that Scotty Dennis has said all through. Too many soft shots. Rebels have scored at 10-10.
Well, Adelaide has come to play, and you can see from their intensity at the defensive end that is being what they've been doing at training is being applied. There's no doubt about it. At least in the first 5 minutes of the game. However, there's a first look defensively where you look tight, you look down close to the bar, with knees bent, close to the floor, and then when you get challenged, can you be sustaining? Adelaide at the moment are losing the ball both at their offensive end and being penetrated quite easily on their defensive end.
2 to Loughton, followed by 2 to Hinson, and Perth leads 14-10 by 4. 5.5 to go. Hinson for the Perth Wildcats has a spectacular set of moving pictures on his arms, as most do these days. Schencher, they're trying to go to him and he gets tacked on the way through. Tell us about Schencher. A lot of people want to know whether he's good enough. He's been just around the periphery over in the States. Is he good enough, do you think, eventually, or are we expecting too much?
I think it's too early to gauge on Schencher's abilities as far as the NBA. Is that the question you're asking?
Yes.
Whether he really needs to be a superstar in the NBL first, and I have to give him credit. He is playing more aggressively tonight in the first few minutes than I've seen him all season, and I think that's something that he's definitely been working on in training and in prior games, and he's brought it to the game tonight for sure.
He's at the stripe and he gets 1 from 2, so it's 14 plays 11. We see Brad Hill about to come on. Brad Hill